Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So here we got the Batman calzone, the Batman pizza, whatever you want to call it. While I'm eating this, I'm also going to be giving the Batman review. I'm going to be giving a non-spoiler review and a spoiler review. I'll be talking about the non-spoiler one first, and then I'll be talking about the spoiler one, after. What the heck is this? This is not a bat. This is not a bat, Little Caesars. I don't know what the heck this is, but this is not a bat. This is kind of like the cucumber from VeggieTales. You know, whenever he's like the Batman or whatever. I'm probably not gonna eat any of this because I'm trying to be on a diet. You're not missing out, guys. This is just a pizza, except for the top and bottom part. I guess it's like super cheesy. But other than that, it's just a pizza in the shape of a bat. The bubbles. Eat fresh. All right, time to get into this review. I've already eaten like half of a wing, if you want to call that a wing. All right, so this is the non-spoiler section of the review. So I got my phone right here, so if you see me looking down, it's because I have some notes. So overall, I really like this movie. You have to know one thing before you watch the movie, though. This is not an MCU movie or a DCEU movie. Like, it's not just jokes and action. By the way, this is not me bashing on the MCU. I really love the MCU. The DCU is kind of meh. This is a movie where you do have to be paying attention the entire time. Like, this isn't a movie where you can just doze off or you could just be looking at your phone while watching it. Like, you have to be paying attention to it to enjoy it. Some of the things that I liked about the movie was, one, Batman felt like kind of like the boogeyman. Like, he felt like a legend, like a myth. Every time he came on screen, he felt very like larger than life, if that makes sense. Like, everybody, for the most part, respected him whenever he came in as Batman. Every time he came out of the shadows, he felt like respected. You know what I mean? I like the chemistry between Catwoman and Batman. It felt natural every time they interacted with each other. I like how they made the Riddler feel super crazy in this movie. It almost felt like a horror movie sometimes whenever he would pop up or whenever he would deal with people. It almost felt like a horror movie. And the last thing I'll say about this movie that I really loved was the Batmobile. It won me over because whenever I saw like the leaked pictures or whatever, I was kind of like, this looks whack. We went from Christian Bale's tank essentially to Ben Affleck's tank to a Mustang. And I was kind of like, okay, what is this? And then, you got to know that it was his second year. This is not a spoiler, by the way. He's a young Batman. And whenever it comes on screen, like all the times it comes on screen, it's just amazing. So this is still non-spoiler territory, but some of the things I didn't like, it's really nitpicky, was the sound effect that they had for the punches. Like, it didn't feel real. Every time Batman would like punch somebody, it almost felt like a thud, like boom, 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 boom. And I was kind of like, we need to Mortal Kombat this thing up just a little bit. You know what I mean? With the this isn't a spoiler, but there's a scene when a character hits glass, like a glass window. His head hits the glass and he's fine. He's fine. And it's kind of like, what? Like, you just hit a glass window and you're still okay and you're just talking, and it's just kind of like. Another thing that I didn't like about the movie was it feels like it finishes before it actually finishes. It's almost like there's two climaxes to the movie. You could argue that it felt like there was three. It feels like the movie's gotten to the high point, and then it's like, oh, well, we're not done. We're not over. You start to feel the 3 hours. Another thing that I didn't like about the movie, like I said, these are really nitpicky things, is that Bruce Wayne feels a bit too emo. And this is coming from somebody with an emo haircut. Yeah, he just feels a bit too emo. That's as much as I want to get into it without spoiling anything. But overall, I give this movie like an 8.5 out of 10. It's way better than I thought it was going to be. I think that the DCEU should have started off with this movie and they would have been on a good like path. What I would love to see, which is probably never going to happen, but it would be amazing, is to see this Batman with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. That would be incredible because these two worlds are very dark and gritty, but that's probably never gonna happen because they're set in two different times, whatever. I really want to see more of this Batman. Definitely go out and watch it. Support the movie. If you like it, good, awesome. If you don't, that's good too. It's your opinion. Okay, now for the spoiler review. Talking about the movie. Spoilers, 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 spoilers. Click off if you don't want to be spoiled. So I'm gonna start with the things I didn't like, and then I'll talk about the things I did like. So one thing I didn't like was at the very end. I don't know why they had to bring in Joker. It felt so forced whenever the Riddler is in Arkham, and then the Joker is in the cell next to him, and he's like something about a clown and his friend, and then like they're both laughing like kind of like, why this? It's a business. They gotta do it. You know, you gotta build your world out. You gotta build a bigger franchise. It just felt too forced. I didn't like that. Another thing that I didn't like, well, this was what I was talking about in the non-spoiler part, is whenever Batman is fighting the guys with the white like face paint. It sounds like a thud, right? If you watch it back, to me, myself, and I, it sounds like thud. So another thing I didn't like at the end of the Batmobile chase and everything, and they got the Penguin, and they're talking about La Rata. They leave him there, but then the next time you see the Penguin on screen near the Batman, which is whenever the Riddler kills Falcone, can assume that he's dead. The next time they're on screen, it's almost like, hey, that whole chase scene, that whole time that I was trying to kill you, Batman, and you know, Catwoman, we're good now, right? When I was talking about the climaxes, it felt like that part with Falcone, that felt like a climax. It felt like all the police officers were there. Not all the people in blue are bad guys. And it was like, okay, and then he got shot, and it was like, is this it? And then, you know, it ends up not being it because he's not the main guy. It's the Riddler. Now to the things I really did like, whenever the guys in the face masks are trying to bully that one guy, and the Batman comes in, that was so awesome. And then like in the beginning of the movie too, whenever the bat signals up and all the bad people, like, you know, whatever they're doing, they're like, oh snap, we gotta like take cover because the Batman could be coming after us. He's not there, Batman's not there, but they're afraid of the Batman. That's like, you could feel like they're afraid of him, like they're really afraid of him. I liked how the Batman had a lot of conflict with the police officers. I said in the non-spoiler one that for the most part everybody respected the Batman, but the police officers, they didn't like care about him, they didn't like him. I like that he had conflict with them because you have never seen really anybody, from what I can remember, like of the police officers just like take off his mask and they grabbed his like horn, and I was like, what? Like you don't do that to the Batman. You don't do that to him. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Way different. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to do with this channel. I'm just kind of giving out content, just doing whatever I want, really. You know, letting you guys see more of me and my personality. But yeah, if you guys like this video, give this a thumbs up. If I've earned your subscription, click subscribe. Don't click personalized on the bell. Click all so you can get notified when I actually post. Was that just a self roast? I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.